foul brigand! We shan't allow Sir Augustin to fall prey to the likes of you!
There's no need for theatrics. I know your aim here. Ah, here's a surprise. We met at the tavern, remember? Fair warning, cuz this craven isn't worthy of your trust.
He speaks madness! Subdue him at once, ere he injures our noble charge!
Why, if 'tisn't Sir Ragnar from the tavern! Now, two parties pass our way.
You would betray me. Have you lost all sense?
You believe me, then? That's a bit of a relief, actually. Thanks, cuz.
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
Curse you! All that planning and... for what?
Phew! I appreciate the confidence, cuz 'twas a welcome surprise. But I can't linger here, I'm afraid. My apologies for this. Follow after me, if you can. Succeed, and I'll share the truth of all of this.
Well, I was
Right
actually
to
aiming
decide
to hit
is
him there.
yours alone, Master.
I expect this would fetch a fair sum in market.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last. An impressive diversion. Shall I finish them off, Arisen?
A wise strategy.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive. Choppers! There's no escaping them!
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
Let me get that. A cave. Shall we proceed into the depths?
We'd best be prepared to make our own light before we proceed.
I am well aware of the particulars.
Master! Master, can you hear me? Are you unharmed?
Pray seek an exit. I shall search for a way to rejoin you.
We meet again. Hoy there. I take it you lost your footing as well? You seem to have fared better than I did. I took the fall for Augustine, only to find myself waist deep in monsters. Still, so long as he escaped, I'd wager that makes this a job well done. Speaking of, I was to tell you the truth behind all of this, wasn't I? I'll be glad to oblige you, of course, but we ought to get moving first. What say I explain while we search for an exit? Time to get to work. Not bad. From what I've seen of your skills during that mess in the tavern and today's business, I can say you're really something. And my word ought to carry a fair bit of weight, considering my reputation as a warrior of unparalleled skill. Though of late, I've mostly been playing escort to spineless nobles. Turns out, as a sellsword proves himself, the list of those who can afford his services grows shorter and comes to be written in finer ink. Makes for a duller life. Though I can't say I've any complaints about the weight of my pockets. Still, I hunger for a real battlefield, where a single misstep spells death. I crave the simplicity of it. There's naught else like it. The clashing of bodies and wills. I'd not say no to a fight with you. Let's have at it when I'm all healed up, eh? Mayhap, I'll not give you a choice in the matter. I'm not sure what's brought me here. I suppose I'll have a few drinks and hit the hay. That escort mission was a trap concocted entirely for your benefit, you know. It was supposed to give those responsible a means to incriminate you. But Augustine is no fool. He had his doubts about his summons to Vermin and hired me to watch over him in an unofficial capacity. So I looked into the cart that would be escorting him, and lo and behold, I found your name. But 'twasn't on the list of hired guards, oh no. Rather, your name was on the list of persons to be on guard for. In short, you had been called in to act the part of the culprit. Mark my words, if you'd carried on with them, Augustine would have been slain, and you would have been held responsible. You'd not have stood a chance against all that if it hadn't been for me. Aye, methinks I've earned my pay this time, and then some. I protected my charge and got you away from the scene without your being branded a murderer and thrown in jail. Now all that remains is to escape this place. I expect we'll find a way out soon enough, if we only press on. Still, I've got to wonder where this craven plot came from, and what you did to warrant it. One thing's for certain, you must have powerful enemies in Vermin. But why? 'Tis not as though you're the Arisen True. What? You are the Arisen? Ha! 'Tis a small world indeed. You've piqued my interest even further, cuz I've no business here. Best I hit the road. Right, let's press on. Judging from the flow of air here, the exit can't be far.
Vilken annars är det inte så gott. Vad du kan med dig.
right awful place to be cut short. At least you made it out all right. Don't worry, cuz. I'll be fine on my own. After all, I can't afford to die here. We haven't had ourselves a real bout yet. We'll see each other again. You can count on that. And when we do, you'd best be ready for the fight of your life.
We are reunited at last, Master. I do hope you encountered no trouble in the cave.
That's that then. We possess the grimoire that belongs at the cenotaph. Shall we return it to its rightful place? Ah, yes. I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
We do not have the book.
You have our gratitude. Lead the... way. Let me know if you require a guide for that quest. I have useful knowledge to impart from my travels beyond the rift. Come, I'll lead the way. Follow along at your own pace, Master. I shan't leave you behind.
While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
Just in case I have to run away.
A mage skill would be most practical here. Might I be of assistance? place loses its mystique when returned to so often.
I'm sure the Arisen would not bring us here without due cause.
I espy a hobgoblin!
You've got the enemy right where I need you, Arisen. Don't let up! Miss, and you shame us both. Arisen, you are full of surprises. I look forward to informing my own master of that strategy.
Now that is a surprise.
An appropriate choice, Arisen. I'll gladly take the lead.
My magics are yours to command, should you require the skill of a mage. Might I be of assistance?
A short jaunt can quickly become a journey, till before you know it, you're bruised up and all out of curatives. I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurous trade.
Over here, if you please.
Go to the next. Come back.
This way, Master.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
I'll turn you into a pincushion.
Flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused with oil.
That's where I start, mate.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually.
Now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught. Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
Arisen, are you all right? We could add a warrior to our ranks. What say you, Master?
Well, I suppose if all we care about is brute force, we ought to consider it.
Tis this way. Over here, if you would. let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Realize I never caved in.
Oh, good. I just about breathed my fill of stagnant air.
Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit.
There's no great shock to me.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Allow me to lead the way. I should like to put my knowledge to good use.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Over here, if you please. This way, Master. Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling. A mage skill would be most practical here. Might I be of assistance? Let me know if you require a guide for that quest. I have useful knowledge to impart from my travels beyond the rift. Over here, if you would. Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle? If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. Might I be of assistance? I've just discovered a hidden route. Where might it take us, I wonder?
Do you mean to proceed? My, you're a bold one.
A worthy accomplishment. Look out! Knackers! One might confidently call that a resounding victory. Morale shall suffer for the loss of our companion.
We must regain our numbers, and so our strength.
Now what?
Thanks.
Pray, follow me. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Hardly enough rough out there, let it go about it.
I grant you roaring flame. What has stricken you, Arisen? Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Little does our foe realise how narrowly they escaped death's touch.
True enough.
Hold it! Time to move on.
Now there's a novel idea. I've never seen my own master attempt such a feat.
It's not what I expected. Over here, if you please. This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be
Thief, I
found
need a
while we're
thief.
here?
Look. I need a thief. Lots of thief.
Should your pack grow over full, have no fear. I'll lighten your load by spreading it out among us pawns.
Oh, the same as it is. Okay.
Please dispense with the formalities. They exhaust me so.
Oh my god, you're right.
Let me get that.
If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items.
No,
I'll
you
have the
don't
gold for
sell
you in a
nothing.
trice.
Yep, thank you.
Come, I'll lead the way.
Rattlers, there! You'll not live to regret this.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Hold it, please.
Impressive diversion. Shall I finish them off, Arisen?
A wise strategy.
Isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
You would have me lead? Consider it done.
wish me at the Vanguard? Why, you will.
Pray, follow me. Follow along at your own pace, Master. I shan't leave you behind.
We might scratch another task off our list while we're here, if we are so inclined.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration. By and large, the people of Bakbatal seem to adore their benevolent empress.
I've remarked that myself. They revere Her Majesty with all their hearts and regard her as family.
Vermin's people bear no such love for their Queen Regent. Though, of course, they have their reasons.
Let's take it easy today. My knees are acting up.
Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route.
Must finding these be so difficult?
Our collection grows.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
My talents are lost in these towns.
Come, I'll lead the way.
This may require an...
Here we are.
Well met, sir. You'll be glad to know that I finally finished my reading of that grimoire we spoke of. Which brings me to a curious point. There's a favor I'd ask of you, What happened to my eye? Oh, never mind the bandage. 'Tis nothing serious. Now, as I was saying, I'd like for you to find the grimoire's second volume for me. 'Twould seem 'tis part of a set, and will only reveal its true power when both tomes are in hand. The copy I possess is but the first, one half of a whole. I've heard tell that its twin can be found in a queer little shop in Vermont. Alas, passing through the border checkpoint is no simple matter for a humble merchant like myself. But you, sir, I dare say you are not of Batal. Then you ought have no trouble passing through the checkpoint. I implore you, find that second volume for me. All I want is to give my family a decent life. the life they deserve. This is my chance to provide for them as I ne'er have.
A queer little...
What business have you here?
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is
Mother, quick! Over here!
Beg pardon, sir, but I must ask you to stop aiding my husband. He lost his eye while reading that grimoire.
His eye!
I can't bear to see him involved with that fell thing anymore. But he refuses to listen to me.
He's been saying not to worry, that he'll make us more money soon. 'Tis as if he's lost his mind how much he repeats it. 'Tis all my fault, Mother. He's only been like this since I said I wished we had an easier life.
No, 'tisn't, dear, and don't you fret. Your father, he'll be back to his old self before you know it. Pray, sir, seek out that grimoire if you must, but do not give it to my husband. I beg of you.
ought we to give Sir Isaac the grimoire as he requested? 'Tis a quandary indeed.
The solution escapes me.
An appropriate choice arisen. I'll gladly take the lead.
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Ah, yes, I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
Huh? What in the... Where did you come from? Did Clark send you? Oh no, he did, didn't he? I'm sorry. I'm really, truly very sorry. I haven't slept a wink, I swear it. Well, I suppose I might have fallen asleep once or twice, but it isn't as if I've been lazing about. I simply haven't been able to devise any good ideas. I tell you, this arrangement has been an encumbrance on my mind from the very beginning. While I am glad that the old man appreciated my talents enough to commission me, it doesn't change the facts. I can only depict subjects that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. Which makes things rather difficult, given the task at hand. Say, you appear a rather strapping sort. Would you be persuaded to bring me to a griffin? 'Twill be well worth any trouble. Clark shall pay handsomely to see this done, and you'd be doing me a great boon besides. I've heard aught of a griffin's nesting place. I shall await you there. Do keep in mind, however, that you must needs drag the battle out if I am to complete my sketch. Of course, I could look as long as I pleased if you were to petrify the beast. Indeed, a beast frozen in place would be much more easily drawn. 'Tis said that a famed sculptor of Eld used a Medusa's severed head to petrify her subjects before sketching them. Of course, I wouldn't presume to demand aught so legendary of you, Arisen. Then I shall depart at once. Pray, meet me at the foot of the Guerco mountain range, east of the rest town.
He wishes to gaze upon a griffin firsthand. 'Tis a tall ask, but not impossible. Shall we go where we are bid?
Very well.
I'll guide you there directly.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Let's take it easy today. My knees are acting up.
I've got tranquil places.
Could you come over here?
Go on, have a look.
Greetings, Sir Arisen. Have you found the second volume of On the Transference of Souls, perchance? Fortune smiles upon me at last. With this, my shop's prosperity is all but assured. Thank you, Sir Arisen. Oh, thank you. Perhaps you'd care to join me. Come, bear witness to this momentous occasion.
We ought not lose sight of our guide.
What business have you here?